Game. Really grateful for the way our guys came together down the stretch. It was kind of a weird feeling in the arena, and every time they scored, their people made a lot of noise, and I think for whatever reason, I think a combination of factors kind of create a little bit of tension within our team. But our guys did a really good job coming together. Focusing on the play at hand. There's certainly a lot of plays where we need to be better. But, I told the guys in the locker room, and maybe this is the difference when you're a player or a coach, but we're not entitled to beating anyone. We have to earn any win, any stop, any score. And down the stretch, our guys did a good job of doing that.
Hey, Shaka, with Stevie's hamstring, do you anticipate him being available at Providence?
I don't know. He's making progress with his hamstring, really working at it every day with the trainers. But it's one of those injuries that you can't really tough your way through it. If it was, he would have played already because he's as tough as they come. But we just got to make sure that we keep in mind long term, him healing up and being able to, be 100% long term. So the answer is I'm not sure. I hope so. But as of now, he's still working his way back.
When they cut the deficit to 1 point at a couple times in the second half, like you said, you could sense that nervousness or trepidation. As a coach, how do you navigate through that?
Just try to help him. I didn't really feel it myself, like inside, but I felt it. I could sense it in the building. And again, I've been fortunate to coach before in a building where there's an expectation that you're going to win. I told the guys after we got done playing our last game, I said, guys, I know this is a brain bender, but the next opponent is a lot better than the team we just played. And that was obvious tonight. In addition to that, this game is always tricky when you're playing during exam week. These guys, man, we don't have the grades yet, but we got some academic dudes. If Chase Ross is a dude on the court, then we got some guys, man. These guys have really put their heart and soul into finishing the semester strong. And, with that, comes a level of, maybe mental fatigue. But I think it was more St. Thomas. Played really well, made some incredible shots. I'm sure there's a lot of stuff we'll see on the tape that we wanted to do better.
I'm just making sure. There are some strange results around college basketball last night. Creighton losing to UNLV, Chicago State beating Northwestern. The hours leading up to this game, did you bring those results up to your team to kind of let them know you can't?
I sure did. I actually showed them a graphic, and it had 5 games on it. It had Marquette, Purdue, and the score. Purdue, Northwestern, and the score. Northwestern, Chicago State, the score, and Chicago State against St. Thomas. And then the 5th game was St. Thomas at Marquette, and then it was kind of blank where the score was. And we kind of talked it out and talked through the fact that, as a player or as a coach, you understand that the game is not won because you beat a team that beat that team, and it's not lost because you lost to a team that lost to that team. But at the same time, what it shows is, and we actually showed our guys Chris Collins' comments about his team not being quite as connected, last night. Anyone can beat anyone. And I think the focus for our team, and I would think most coaches would agree with this, is just being our best, the best us every time out. There's different circumstances that can make that easier or harder. Tonight we certainly were dealing with a couple things that make it harder, but that is what it is, and you got to find a way to win. I think the way our guys came together, made free throws. Chase Ross's 3 was unbelievably big, and then a couple big defensive stops. That was the difference for us.
1-point game, a couple of different moments towards the end. What were you telling your guys during all the timeouts and stoppages when St. Thomas would bring it back?
Just stay connected and execute, help each other. We were talking through some details. The most important thing was our guys just making sure they were continuing to communicate. And St. Thomas does a lot of good stuff on offense where they're moving. And so if you don't have good communication, you're going to get in trouble. So just being on the same page, and then on the offensive end, playing with a decisiveness, which I thought for the most part we did. Cam had that offensive foul late. That it was a possession we'd love to have back. But, I thought other than that, offensively down the stretch, we played with pretty good decisiveness.
Jop had a defensive flurry in the second half. Like he had a block, and then the next possession he had a steal. Where have you seen him make the biggest strides on the defensive end?
I think just care. It's a big deal. When you really, really, really want to do something and really care about it, then usually it makes you better. So you can see that in him more so than previous years. He's always been an offensive-minded guy. But I think he knows that, for us, we need him to step forward on that end. He's been better a lot of the time. He's had other times where, he needs to keep improving. I think him and Cam Jones together, those guys, they're not known for defense, but they can really affect our defense through their intensity. Tonight we got 39 deflections, which is huge for us. We got our hands on the basketball, which really won us the game.
Also, 7-11 on free throws. I think he was 8 for 8 in the other game a couple days ago. How have you seen him develop into a guy who wants the ball down the stretch of games?
Well, he's just gaining maturity. At halftime I told him, I said, "You're 5 for 5." And he knows what that means. I said, he knows that means we want you to shoot more. We ran a couple actions for him to get the ball around the basket. He's such a natural passer and natural facilitator that it is a shift for him to go to, attacking. But, for him to get 10 field goal attempts plus 11 free throw attempts, that's a really good offensive night. And scoring 20 back-to-back games, that's a big deal. Shows what he's capable of. And he has the ability to lock in, down the stretch and make free throws, which is huge.
That's it. Thanks.
Go ahead, guys. Go ahead.
Yeah, sure. End of non-conference play now you move to the Big East. What do you want to see throughout the rest of the season from the team? What do you start from?
Continued growth. We want to build our championship habits as much as any team in the country, and then be the best us at the end of the year. We know we have a chance to do something special, but we also know we're going to go through different twists and turns, games like tonight. We've got 10 road wars in the Big East. We've got 10 home wars in the Big East that we will take one game at a time. It'll be really nice to get through the end of exam week. Our guys really over the next couple of days have some, last projects and papers and take-home exams that they'll finish up. And then by the time we get to Sunday, they'll be able to exhale a little bit and, focus all of their energy on us being our best. And that's what it's going to take. It's a heck of a league. It's a lot of fun. We had some guys, I'm sure, that we're already looking forward to the Big East, even before this game. And now it's here. The game's over. So excited about preparing for the first Big East game. Thank you, guys.